Ashafo University of Ghana lecturer B Ababwantin heavily criticizing Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia for his poor performance of answering questions at the Movenpick Ambassador Hotel in Accra. Ebra Oshia Ghana and Central 4. Now, someone in our study ya, me ba be catch them grandpa say questions are na ye bisa Dr. Bawumia no na ontimi answer those questions. Ye bisa no one question na. Question no the 2 minutes be answer no the 7 to 8 minutes I explain. Now I say a manifesto full front and all kind no. Eno na University of Ghana lecturer ya me be born nsem akire we. Ekire say in fact Dr. Bawumia kwan yo fa so answer questions no na sebi you ento aso. Owie ya na fire Paul Adom Otchere kan ho. Me ba be ka kire am say Paul Adom Otchere instead of him asking Bawumia questions e be boa Ghana no. Paul Adom Otchere gi microphone no praise Bawumia. University of Ghana lecturer no so abe fire Paul Adom Otchere so aka ho anya nsem kito. Kire say kwan ya Bawumia fa so answer questions there na entwa ye kra. Moma ye ntie ne nsem a ode to dwa.
Answered the questions that were asked of him or what he said.
Nedin ede Prof Mensa yantiro.
How and the content of the answers he gave to the question. He answered the questions that were asked of him or what he said. The how and the content of the answers he gave to the questions or the questions that were asked in itself. I mean, how do you assess from the perspective the performance that you stress about?
Elaboration was overly done. I mean, your second question into the program was about, former president jabbing you about you being economic messiah, but not speaking the economic language anymore. That was the question. And, the idea that, they thought that, he could seize the moment, the opportunity to express himself and to perhaps give reasons why. But then he went overdrive for almost 20 minutes plus, and at some point it got so boring that even those, I am sure, his team were wondering why that long time dedicated for a particular question. I mean, it even got to a point where the one who was coordinating the program, which is Miracles, and I was surprised he did that. I mean, I would really, if I was the coordinator, of course, the campaign chairman, I would query him. You can't actually repudiate, or you can't actually tell your boss that you are speaking too much, and so you're going to time him. You can't do that. Even from a traditional perspective, all right? You have an elderly person, which of course he had gone overdrive, all right, as he did, and you're moderating the program. The best Miracle could have done was to go and speak into his ear and say, His Excellency, please, it was too long, so maybe tone down your timing, all right? But he actually repudiated him in front of the national audience and said, you are speaking too much, I'm going to time you. Really? And he said it as a joke, just like, the vice president himself says certain things as a joke and then he barely laughs about it, which you're not supposed to do that. Of course, there are certain instances where you can punch in a certain, light moment, for people to lighten up a little bit. But you have to look at the moments of saying that. So in the first place, he took too much time elaborating on something, but he didn't even answer the question. The question is, you're no longer speaking the economic issue that you used to speak. But he took it as a slide on him, for not performing economically. Of course, it's one angle of that. But the point is that why are you no longer talking about economy? So you had already said it in the past that digitalization perhaps seems the way to go. That could actually bring in the economic conversation better. Yes, you can say that. I no longer say bare fact bare figures of economics, but I'm saying the same language, however, through a different means, digitalization. And that's why you don't see me talk about maybe the exchange rates, etc. Because I think if we can solve the same problem through digitalization, short and simple. But he went in overdrive, talk about the former president doesn't know what he's talking about. His own economic performance is in shambles. Well, we know that. You said that over and over again, because that's exactly what you said, on which we voted out the former president.
Right.
Must you remind us again? No, the conversation is, why aren't you speaking about the economic numbers anymore? And he went into over-elaboration. Okay, so I think that, yes, he over-elaborated. Two, some of the questions were a little bit surprising. I mean, for somebody to actually take what do you call the microphone, and it wasn't even a question, to say that I don't have a question, but I have praises for you. No matter what happens, you are the best vice president ever. Really? Is that why we actually organized that event? Just to heap praises on people?
He answered the question.
And that is the University of Ghana lecturer. Ninsama Okan, Nidin Ed Professor Mensa, or Chadeo UG Legon. You know, let me tell you from today, Vice President, later, I know that he regretted meeting the press. Because, sa press na oye yeno. And as I meeting no in Central for share, are causing more damage to him than the good. Till your mom for can obey to me, but oh, if I talk today, why will I talk tomorrow? If I eat today, why will I eat tomorrow? A vice president in power. Yeah, Bissau. Saturday and Samo, oh yeah, okay, can wash out, share. One this way, I will say, if you do all, what will you do tomorrow when you become president? Look at this response. That alone was a disrespect. The message now selling in we will see the good side of it. The bad side is what we will see. Yes. And upon all this, Ayamiya said, these people still find it difficult to accept responsibility, to accept that amamuninye, to accept that enyamamunkoye. The best thing Nanka Bawumia Bitmaya say, he comes out, apologize to Ghanaians, and start afresh. I'm telling you, there will be a lot of Ghanaians and Kombedi Bawumiachi. Yes. Apologize to Ghana for say, Mena mekanya ma jimi mfum so ato ma ye bone na menim se na adwuma no tie se we vice ba mumma me kwan ya enu die I have full authority on everything. Me make sure say boshe bi a me hye no me di so pepepe Ghana ni badwimba ebe trust you at this juncture obedi adi. But this is the case. Dr. Bawumia Nkasa ya aware say oman nkwoji, they have mismanaged everything. Washabo wan diso onim se Ghana for abufo shomumu because of that. He knows but chinchina he want to force himself on essay chinchina no or ye good but ye na hu ni so ye bad. It seems like Dr. Bawumia is seeing upon all this mess, it seems like he see himself that he is good but ye na ye painting is so ye bad. Meanwhile, when it comes to your work as vice president, there are a lot of punches around. The economy will grow and grow and grow, and the economy now grow at him fan. You can't also your mate. Economy now grow at him fan. Where is the economy now? Where is the city to dollar now? On can one seven. That is what these people have failed to accept in the past 7 years of economic mismanagement. Dr. Bawumia admits say, wanya die, waya boni, washe Ghana for bosha one diso or paya chawa. There is no need to even meet the press again. Kekwa kwa say, Bawumia aye nipa fufrodo. I'm telling you, as a obia. What ye bibi na one no one film say onye biu na onye biu so that But this is the case. Ghana for nimni akoso under this regime. But Chichina, you want to force yourself as if like na ye wuni say adie ne ye bad. Meanwhile, mwankasa MPP for munim say amamu we amamu bia ye bad. I say Ghana for. Still, you don't want to accept. If these people accepted all of these things, and there's no need for meeting the press. But see, he caused more damage to himself than the good. Answer Ben not with the mind. Oh, I will. When shall I be? Medin at the king fantastic.